Hello students, welcome to the English class of Basava Residential Girls School for 9th standard. Today we'll be seeing a poem titled Geography Lesson. It has been written by Zulfikar Ghose. So what is this poem about? Have you all traveled by a flight? Or have you stood at the top of a tall building, very tall building? Have you just looked down? How does the land look? How do the trees look? They look very different, don't they? That is because we are looking at it from top, from aerial view. Okay, so this poet, he is traveling by flight or aeroplane, and from there what he looks is very different from what is seen on the ground. So because of that, he writes a poem and he gets one wonderful thought. What is that thought? We'll see at the end of the poem. Now we'll start reading the poem. When the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. Seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile. So this is the actual view from an aeroplane. So when the poet sat near the window and he looked out of the aeroplane, when the jet sprang is the past tense of spring. Spring means to jump or to move higher. When the jet or the aeroplane moved into the sky, it was very clear why the city had developed the way it had. So as the plane moved up, he could see down, he could see the city from from far away in the sky. So he is scaling it. So if you see in maps and all, it will be written 1 mile is equal to 3 centimeters or 1 kilometer is equal to 1 centimeter or 1 millimeter. That means on the map, if it is 1 centimeter, in reality it is 1 kilometer. That is what they will mention as scale. So here he is telling, seeing it scaled 6 inches to a mile. So here he is scaling it. 1 mile will be equal to 6 inches. So from high above he is looking down at the city, and he says it is very clear how the city has been developed. So if you are standing on the ground, we can't see, right? So he is seeing, look at this view from the window. So there is water here, and all these are buildings. White are all buildings. Here, all these white things. Okay, so he is looking out through the window. He is observing so many things. There seemed an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard, unplanned and without style when the jet sprang into the sky. Inevitability about what had looked. That means inevitability means it can't be avoided. So there is the view which he is seeing, you can't miss it. It is so obvious and it is glaring into the eye. What is that? It is the unplanned and without proper planning and very, very haphazard style of construction of buildings and houses. Everything is not in order. So if you can see here, so many buildings, and even here everywhere he can see from his window, it is not there is no proper order. So wherever there is water, people have just built, and the poet finds it as very haphazard. That means here one, there one. That is called haphazard, without any order. When the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. So you all know You all would have heard of Indus Valley civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, Egyptian civilization. Where did they all occur? At the river banks. So when he reached 10,000 feet, it's really high. So from there he can see the borders of the countries and many cities. He can see that many cities are formed near rivers and valleys. Okay, so it is becoming very clear to him. Oh, yes, what they say is true. Cities are mostly people mostly settle down near rivers or in the valley because of obvious reasons, because of water. The logic of geography that land and water attracted man was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. So only after he reached 10,000 feet he could see much clearer. So what are the things that attract man? Land and water. See here, if you see in many countries, most people settle down near rivers because they get water. When the jet rose 6 miles, 6 miles is more than 30,000 feet. Okay, the previous one was 10,000 feet. Now the jet is going even higher. It has reached around more than 30,000 feet. It was clear that the earth was round and that it had more sea than land. Now as he is going higher and higher, he is getting a bigger picture. So what is a bigger picture? That the earth is round. So these two are real pictures, okay, taken from not from aeroplane but from space. Okay, these are satellite pictures actually. You can see this curve over here. So this shows that the earth is round. So even from aeroplanes, when they fly very high, you can see the curvature. So it very clearly shows that the earth is round. So now he is telling, I can see the earth is round, and that what is more, land or sea? Sea is more. So there is more water than land. Okay. So all this you would already have learnt in your geography, that there is less land and more of water. So that he is seeing with his own eyes now. But it was difficult to understand that the men on earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities and to kill. From the height, it was not clear why. So now the poet comes to the main question. He is telling, from such great height, we can see that we men are so small, we human beings are so small compared to the whole earth, whole huge earth. Okay, that men on earth found causes to hate each other. So what do? There is, first of all, there is less land and more water. But we men, we human beings, we fight. We hate each other based on so many reasons: religion, caste, color, race, any reason. We hate each other and we build walls across cities. So there were, even today or even in the olden days, there were walls built between two cities. So there will be no contact between two cities. Okay, and they want to kill each other. They hate people because of some weird reasons and they want to kill each other. But when you are looking from very high, everything seems very insignificant. Okay, see, this is a real picture taken from space. Okay, see, when you look at earth from so far away, we don't want to we don't want to fight, or we don't want to even think of very stupid things to hate our fellow human beings, isn't it? But still there are so many people who do that. So we have to look at the big picture always. As the poet says, why from that height it is not clear to me why they are fighting unnecessarily. Can't we all live in harmony with each other? That is what the poet wants to say to us. So we'll also start thinking, and if you come across yourself hating each other or disliking somebody for small reasons, I think we have to stop all that and look at the big picture and be happy where you are. Okay, thank you all. See you all in the next class. Bye.